So this is our video on a technique that you can use to hopefully relieve pain in the shoulder that you think may be coming from the rotator cuff, or maybe you saw your therapist and they told you have a rotator cuff issue. And we're going to use a lacrosse ball to basically loosen up some of the muscles and hopefully relieve some of your pain, and as well as get circulation back into tissues to help heal. Folks typically will complain of pain on the front of the shoulder, maybe on the top as well, sometimes in the back. It'll typically happen if you raise your arm up, especially above the shoulder or overhead, or sometimes pushing movements are very common that people will complain of pain with, opening doors and such, or pushing up to get out of bed or off the floor. So we're gonna use the lacrosse ball here. Now the rotator cuff muscles, they actually they originate on different parts of the shoulder blade area back here. Where they're located up here, up this top portion here is what's called your supraspinatus muscle. In this area here, below it, you'll feel a bony kind of ridge here. That's called the spine of the scapula. Just below that is your infraspinatus. Just to the side of that, kind of in the back of the shoulder here, you'll find what's called the teres minor. Not that you need to remember these names, but these are the main areas where you're going to want to try to work on using this lacrosse ball to get in there and loosen things up and get things moving better and relieve some pain. So next we're going to show you the technique of actually how you do this. We're just going to move the camera here. We're going to come over to the side here. Kyle's going to be using a wall here. So you need a lacrosse ball and an area of some wall space. Now we're going to show you on a thin space here. We're just using this for convenience. At home you could use a larger wall. You don't have to use a corner like we show here. First, Kyle's going to get at his supraspinatus muscle. That's the muscle on the top of the shoulder. You're just going to find a tender area. You kind of have to bend over a little bit. Find a tender area and just put some pressure on there. Put as little pressure as you need to where you feel some tenderness that's tolerable, and you're just going to hold it. Okay, so you don't have to push real super hard and cause yourself to sweat and tears. You don't need to be crying or anything like that. Just enough pressure to feel some tenderness and hold it. Now, if you're able to, as you hold it, if that pain relieves and you find that you're able to push a little harder, go a little deeper, go ahead. And what you would do this for, we like to try to recommend a minimum of 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes of time here. You can do it longer if you like, and if it's feeling good. But so that's how you would do the supraspinatus. Excuse me. So now to get at some of those other muscles on the back, infraspinatus, Kyle's going to kind of get the ball. He's going to put it back there. If you have trouble reaching behind there, you might have to have somebody help you here get the ball situated. But again, you're going to put the ball against the wall. You have your back on there. Avoid bony areas. You don't want to have it right on the bone. Find the tender spot in those muscles. And then again, you're just going to maintain constant pressure. Again, hold it for 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. You can, if you like, once maintain that pressure for a little bit, the pain may dissipate. Now you can kind of roll around a little bit, almost like a massage. Kyle's kind of show here just a little bit. You can do that as well. Okay, there's nothing wrong with doing that. Some people find that helps a little bit more. All right. And next we're going to show sometimes actually there's something called the first rib, which is just above the collarbone area that can be stiff and be part of the reason why we get shoulder pain. Now you'll want to feel for your collarbone. You want to avoid that. You feel for your collarbone, and then you go just above that, and you'll feel kind of like a hard bony thing. That's where you want to put the ball. So not on the collarbone, it's just to the side of the neck. And then again, you'll kind of go into the wall similar that you would do with the supraspinatus. And you'll find this can be very tender. Again, just find the least amount of pressure you need to get some tenderness, and then kind of maintain that and hold that for, like I said, 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. All right, and that's our video on some soft tissue management techniques to help you with shoulder pain and rotator cuff pain. And hope this was helpful.